Welcome to Group 19's demonstration for the application for Project 2 in SIT313. So this is called My Book List. It's an application that allows you to enter books into a database and shops so that you're able to contact shops to purchase the book. So you can potentially call them or email them from the app. Now, what this does is it opens a secondary email dialog box, or it takes you to the dial screen. Now, 7 features are data permanence, security, which is this validation here with the username and password. We also have the phone feature, we have the email feature, we've got our data binding feature, we've got string validation through all the data entry, so for all the user fields, and we've got an offline mode. So that's our 7 features. Now, I'll just enter in a username and password. So we'll call it group 19, and our password will be project 2, just because easy to remember. All right. Now, if I attempt to, so I'll just backspace these. So if I attempt to submit a blank, or if I attempt to submit incorrect credentials, it validates against it and clears everything. So we'll go project 2. Now, unlock the app, we're going to add some books. Alright, so if I save this, it adds the book to the database. Now if I attempt to save with any of these fields not being complete, it prevents me from saving it. So we'll go Lord of the Rings. Alright, so just hit save there. The cancel button also takes you back to the home page. Now, same functionality with shops. So alright, now if I choose to not save an email address, it populates the email with not supplied. So if I hit save, we can see Dimix has been added to the database. And if I go here, and I'll add one with an email. I know I'm not entering a proper address in, but we don't need to. Right, and okay, so if I hit save, it'll store that. Now, to show the data permanence, I'm going to restart my app. So I'm going to hit stop, and I'm going to hit play. Now, to show that we have cross-platform capability with the database, I'm not going to run it on both devices, but we've got our interface file, which is really all you need to make sure that a database can function on each of the respective platforms. So this is because of the data path here. So as you can see here, this is specific to iOS. If we open our Android one, we can see that the file path is different again. All right, so we're back up, log in, hit unlock. All right, now our next feature. So so far we've gone through our security, data permanence, which I'm about to show you now. We're about to go into our data binding section. We've seen our user validation through the add shop and add book sections. And if we go here, we can see all of our books. So these have got some, there's some previous entries in here from past sessions. As you can see, it displays the book when you click on it. This button has not been implemented yet. This was going to be a web search button. Now, we chose not to use JSON to serialize the data to pass between activities because it's not necessary in Xamarin.Forms because C# allows you to pass whole objects, so we've just done it that way to make it less clunky. So what I'll do is I'll now jump to the shops to show you exactly, sort of what our call and email features do. Now, as you can see here, we've got our 5th feature, I think, which is data binding. So I've actually bound these to the list using the text cell section here. All right, now if I click here, I can choose to call, and it'll take me back to So I can choose to call from there. It takes that phone number and pastes it in. Now, if I choose to email, it will allow me to effectively open an email app. I'll show you what happens when we don't have an email address, so when there's no email provided. But effectively, it takes that and pastes it into the toolbar. Now, those features there are intended for communication. So if you want to email a book order in or call a bookshop to order those books. So those are our 7 features. We've got security, data permanence, we've got data binding, we've got user validation, we've got the ability to call, we've got the ability to email, and we do have an offline mode. Now, our offline mode is very simple. It's not done through the front end and all. It is done through here. So we have an external package that we use, which is not in this section, which is cross connectivity. So this is implemented via the plugin.connectivity, so Xamarin.plugin.connectivity. And what it does is it checks your internet connection. If there's no internet connection, it displays an alert, and that's it. You can't email. So that's our offline capabilities. It's very simple. We chose not to disable any or change any UI elements because it felt clunky. That's our app demo. Thank you very much for watching.